Welcome to Unit 8. This week we are going to be discussing why do we assess and how do we assess, along with a review of the different types of assessments that we spoke about earlier in this class. We are also going to be going over our final chapter of the book, which goes over the key components to curriculum design. This is going to be an essential review since your main curriculum design project is due next week, which is Unit 9. PE551.wmv is a fabulous resource for everybody who works in any type of physical activity setting, specifically for physical education teachers, but coaches find this extremely valuable as well because you can find assessments as well as lesson plans related for almost every sport that there is out there across all K-12 settings and grade levels. So you could even take some of these assessments or these lesson plans that are in this website and make it more difficult, or less difficult, and modify it to your students or your athletes' needs. For those that are athletic directors or those that are sports management majors that will be heading physical activity type programs, this website is also a great resource that you can come back to and get ideas for what your instructors or your coaches should be doing or could be doing with the athletes that you provide service to. You also could, if you wanted to, after you're done with your curriculum design project, submit lesson plans or assessments or curriculum design plans to the website in hopes that they would publish them. In reviewing Chapter 4, Assessment and Curriculum Development, you will see that there are many great examples given to you in your book of both formative and summative assessments and across all different types of settings and across all different types of domains that relate directly to all of the NASB standards as well as the state standards. But you have noticed as we've gone through each chapter of our book that the book does provide you with valuable examples of assessment and curriculum for all the various types of curriculums that we have learned. It would be very valuable for you to use these as a muse when creating your assessments, which are required as part of your curriculum design project. Remember, you need a total of 3 assessments, one for each of the units that you are presenting. So you're using 3 units, and then in each unit you need to have at least 1 assessment. The AFERD website for NASB has an area that is specifically on NASB's view on assessment. NASB uses PE metrics as their tool for assessing physical education curriculums across the country. Here's the link provided to you. Please go through and navigate this website link. There are videos embedded within this link that go through the K-6 physical education setting that shows you assessments actually in practice. Use these as ideas for creating your own assessments. However, even though these are only grades 1 through 6, you could change them very easily through grades 7 through 12 as well as collegiate and use that in collegiate athletic programs. As noted in the final chapter of your book, Chapter 14, titled It's Not Business as Usual, it is the hopes that you've been challenged to step outside of your comfort zone, try new things, and seek the knowledge and tools necessary to develop innovative and coherent curricula to meet the physical education standards and the needs of the interests of young people today. It is the hopes that by creating a curriculum that meets the needs of the students right now, that they're going to become physically literate individuals and lead lifelong physically healthy lives. Let's review on page 392 of chapter 14 what moves a curriculum from good to great. So let's go through these together and let's think about how you are already doing this or how you could do it even better. How can you move your program from good to great? So the leaders roll up their sleeves and work hard, but don't require recognition and accolades for their efforts. They do the right things because they care about the end results. So being altruistic, being out there for the right reason, not just for monetary reasons. The right people are on the bus, and then those people figure out where they are headed. So making sure that your team, the people that work with you and for you, share the same like-mindedness as you. The hedgehog principle is followed. They define what they're really good at doing, narrow down the scope of activities, and become really good at doing a few of them. Some innovations that seem like a good idea might not be adopted in favor of focusing on fewer ideas and doing them well. So pick something that you love doing, that you know you're pretty good at, and then hone in on that skill to make it fabulous. The process of improvement begins with a really hard look at the current status of things. What is working and what needs to change. A healthy dialogue about the issues occurs and things are evaluated from a variety of perspectives, not just leaders. During this discourse, emotions are kept out of the discussion and a hard look at the facts produces a fair and accurate evaluation. So remembering that it's business and that everybody is there to achieve the same objective, which is to improve society through physical activity, physical education, and sport. There are a discipline to stay focused on what needs to be accomplished. An eye is always kept on the final outcome or ultimate goal. So always keeping your eye on the prize. Technology that will help achieve the goal is embraced, but every new trend is not adopted. So although there will be many new design components and many new technology components out there that you could use, you only use the ones that are conducive to your program's needs. There is slow and steady progress toward the final goal. Continued momentum rather than sudden bursts followed by periods of low activity. So either keep it slow and steady or fast and pace, but keep it at the same pace from which you set. The ultimate purpose is for the greater good of society. Money is a factor, but the achievement of the ultimate goal is the final factor guiding all decisions. Do you currently hold these possessions? Do you show this with your colleagues? Are you helping make your program move from good to great? Just as you are trying to create a lifelong learner or consumer of physical activity and sport in your physical education and your athletic team members, you should also be a lifelong consumer of all of the information that is relevant to physical activity, physical education, and sports. Your book gives you 13 challenges. How many of these challenges are you currently already doing and implement on a daily and yearly basis? You should be able to do these throughout your entire career to be the most efficient and productive physical educator, sports management individual, and coach. Let's go over a final review of your curriculum design project, which is due next week. So here is the template for your entire curriculum design project. This, of course, will not just be one pages. I would typically expect for something of this magnitude to be anywhere from 10 to 25 pages. So if you notice that this is on a Word document, so this again is just a template. So you will be filling in all of your information into this actual document that you can download from resources in Sakai. So if you notice at bit A, it starts with your logo. So you have created your own school name and logo. Then your personal philosophy. Then you're creating your mission statement. So what is your program's mission for physical education or physical activity or athletics? Then section D is a schedule of activities by grade. It's a year-long curriculum plan. So you're going to say what grade this is for. You can pick any grade that you want. And then you're going to say for semester 1 and semester 2 what those activities actually are. So let's keep it very simple. So let's just say, for example, that you are doing a sports education unit. So traditionally, which I'm not expecting you to do anything that is in the traditional sense, but semester 1 you may see soccer, baseball, volleyball. Semester 2 you may see golf, track, and swimming. Okay, so there would be an example of your scheduled activities for a year long. So that's the overview of your curriculum. And then each unit is then broken down even further. So that means, like in our example, semester 1, I said soccer was one of the units. So now you would then go to E for the unit plans. That would have been, say, 7th grade soccer. So you're doing a 7th grade soccer unit. Then you would go to F, and then you're going to do 6 weeks of activities that are specific to that unit. So that means you're going and doing 6 weeks of activities specifically to the soccer unit, Monday through Friday. But of course, you can do fitness for life curriculum. You can do authentic sports experiences. This is your model. This is however you choose to do your curriculum. Then you're going to be incorporating and inserting 3 assessments that are specific to the units that you have chosen. 2 of the assessments, you can do whatever you want. So you can do 1 formative and 2 summative, or vice versa, but there has to be a minimum of 1 of them is formative and then a minimum of 1 of them is summative, and then you can choose to do whatever you want for the assessment. You also need to have 3 lesson plans for that specific unit. The lesson plan template is found under resources. You need to use the lesson plan template that has been provided to you. You also need to insert your department grading policy as well as your department dressing policy, and then any program and procedures. So how do you take roles, supervise locker room, equipment, monitoring, etc.